Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Rachel Gaffney, and I am the host of Rachel Gaffney's Real Ireland. Welcome to another episode from the Lincoln Center here in Dallas, Texas. It's a beautiful day outside, and I haven't been with you guys for a while, so we have a lot of catching up to do. Hi, Anna. Great to be back.
Hey, Rachel. Good to have you finally. Oh, my God, we missed you. How was Ireland?
Did you really?
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh, I don't know. I did exactly what I tell people not to do. I just spent 3 weeks speed dating with the country. I mean, I literally drove around that country on my own in a car for 3 weeks, and I am wrecked. I'm really tired.
It looked like you had a ton of fun. I was looking around, and you were doing like a lot of walking around the city, in the fields, just exploring. Oh my gosh, where weren't you?
Oh, listen, I'm going to talk about that. And the reason I was over there was I was doing my own research. I do it all the time, you know, when I want to arrange trips for clients, to kind of curate experiences for people. And unless I've been there, unless I've eaten there, unless I've checked it out or gone down the road or driven the cars or experienced public transport, I do it all the time in every part of Ireland to really know what's going on and what to tell you. But I want to start with, let's go back to the very beginning, and we talked about this earlier on, you and I in the studio, and we were talking about my experience on the inaugural flight from Dallas to Dublin with American Airlines.
Who are these people that we can see on the stream?
Okay, so there's me in case you don't know who I am with the red hair. And actually the two people there, one is the Irish consul, Adrian Farrell, who's in Austin, Texas, and the other is a girl called Dorina Padian, who is with the American Airlines Fund. And we were all present for the inaugural flight on June the 6th from Dallas-Fort Worth Airport to Dublin, Ireland. And I'm going to be... you know me, I do everything off the cuff, so I'm kind of looking at myself in the monitor and getting confused because I'm having a delay in the speaking and what I see, and I'm getting distracted.
It's like you did it, you didn't do it for three weeks, and you're completely off. But totally understand.
I know, but I need to stop looking because the timing for me, what I'm seeing is off with what you're seeing, so hopefully it's all syncing, but it's not syncing for me, so I need to not look at the screen. It's probably a good thing anyway. But I went on this inaugural flight with American Airlines, and can I just tell you guys, it was fantastic.
It looked like it was amazing.
It was absolutely fantastic. And you're going to say, what was so fantastic about a plane? It was the new Dreamliner aircraft. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. And I'm not just saying this. Okay, we can maybe say it for the inaugural flight. You might expect this, what I'm about to say, which is the crew were fantastic. But I turned around and came back 3 weeks later on my own. Well, I went on my own too, but the crew on the way back were equally as nice. And I'm hearing from lots of people who are on this flight going back and forth to Dublin that the crew are fabulous. And I experienced, let me tell you, the crew are very excited about this route themselves because they love having that layover in Dublin. It's only 24 hours for them, but they absolutely love it. And I spoke to American Airlines this morning before I came in. So today, just for the record, is July the 3rd. And I did speak to them. The flight is going very well. And when they say very well, I've had requests from a lot of people asking me, Rachel, do you think they're going to do it year round? Do you think they'll do it year round? Which would be absolutely wonderful. And the answer is American Airlines would love to offer this flight year round. And the only reason they can make it a year round flight is if we book tickets and this season is successful.
Okay.
Well, it makes sense. I mean,
it does.
You can't operate a flight if it doesn't make money.
True.
And so it needs to, be profitable. So the more we kind of book this flight, the better the opportunity that they can extend the season and maybe go all year round. It is getting very heavily booked. The flight attendant told me on my flight that she had done 3 flights to Dublin and all 3 were fully booked.
Okay.
So that's a good sign. I've heard from people who are finding that the airfares are a little higher, and that's because all of the, they start off, people buy the cheaper seats and then it goes up and they're released that way. So, but the flight there and back was fantastic. And the reason I want to say that is because, look, I've been flying American for 23, 24 years because I live in Dallas, Fort Worth. I, like everybody else, have experienced cabin crew that are absolutely exhausted and not so pleasant. And check-in crew, we all have.
Right.
But we all talk about it and we complain about it. But I want to say that the cabin crew in the flight on June the 26th from Dublin to Ireland were unbelievable. And I don't mean like, they might have known you might have been on it, or there's a travel agent or somebody writing about it. No, I watched them with the passengers. They were just all excited and sharing what they learned about Dublin and asking people about, what do they find nice about Ireland. And there's just a great buzz on the flight. So long may it continue. I did take a little video, a little time-lapse video. Do we have it there? Here we go. That was me leaving Dallas.
Were you seating backward?
I just had my phone stuck out there.
Oh, because I was a bit confused. I was like, it looks like... Oh, I see what you're doing. Oh, okay, gotcha.
So there's Dallas at night time. So the flight's at 11 p.m. at night, which is lovely because you get on the plane, you go to sleep, and you wake up in Dublin the next day and off you go. So it was fantastic. It was really quick getting through customs and immigration. And then what I really loved coming back from Dublin was I got on the plane, and I was telling Scott from American this morning, it was the first time, I've lived here since 1996. And when I checked in at Dublin Airport, it suddenly dawned on me that when my bags were going through, I thought, oh my gosh, when I land, I go home. I don't have to go to another airport, and I don't have to go through Philly and Chicago and Boston, and I just get to get off the plane and go home, which is
kind
huge.
of like getting out of the habit of like thinking, this whole endeavor, and no, it's so easy now.
Oh,
it's
it's
so cool.
It's excellent. And so I have so much to tell you guys. So
did you have a crack?
Did I have crack? I did not have any crack. And people probably want to know what Anna is referring to. Well, I tell them. So while I was in Ireland, the first week, I think I was there a week, and all of a sudden I got all these notifications and people are saying, Rachel, we're watching you. And I thought, what? Oh yeah, I forgot. So DFW Airport released some social media videos to promote their direct flights to different countries and different cities and destinations. Munich was one of them and Dublin was one of them. And for one of their promotional videos, do we have it here?
Yeah, I do.
Shall we share it with people who haven't seen it?
Yes, let's share it.
So see if you recognize this person doing the social media video for Dallas Fort Worth Airport. Here we go. Roll it there. Hello there, my name is Rachel Gaffney and I am a native Cork woman, Irish woman living in Dallas, Texas. I am the owner of Rachel Gaffney's Real Ireland, and I'm on a mission to basically introduce the real Ireland to your life. This one gets people into so much trouble in Ireland. Crack is actually an Irish word.
Well, that was unexpected. It's just stopped playing. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So obviously the word crack, which is obviously caused...
Literally stopped there.
Oh my goodness, it just, did it just stop playing?
Yeah, it literally stopped playing because Facebook has been having some issues. And by the way, just so you know, it's not working properly. But we're good on YouTube. Everything's going good on Twitter and YouTube. So
okay, Facebook, I've been cursed with them a lot lately, haven't I, with Facebook Live?
Today's been awful.
I had one another time as well where our show didn't go out. But that video's DFW Airport, they have it on their social media profiles, and it's basically all the Irish words you need to know, slang and sayings when you're going to Ireland. So one of them we talked about was crack, which is the meaning of the word fun. When I got off the plane in Dublin Airport, I snapped this photograph. It was a big yellow placard. Do you see this?
Oh my gosh.
Let's have some crack. Some things get lost in translation. One word that won't. And
My Taxi.
So My Taxi is the app I told people about before. Do you remember?
Yes, I definitely remember because it's so yellow and black, and I was like, oh yeah.
It's a great app, by the way. If you're going to Ireland, you need that taxi app on your phone. It's basically Uber is not permitted in Ireland, but My Taxi is, and My Taxi means that they make sure that everybody's insured and bonded and licensed and everything, which is really for your protection because you don't know who's picking you up. So that's a great app, but that word crack means fun. So when people in Ireland are saying, hey, listen, the crack is great down there, it actually means fun. It is not referring to some illegal substance. Okay? Right, let's move on. I wanted to talk about all the different things I did when I was in Ireland, and to say that I discovered some places, some properties, some castles, some products, some food is an understatement. I have 3 weeks worth of content that I need to get through now that I'm back. I have my little file here of all the different peoples that I've met and visited. I have, of course, my trusted notebook, which I was telling people, you know, I put all my cards in here for people I meet, places that people should go to, or, you know, I won't say not go to because they just don't go in the book. So anything negative or anything I'm not impressed with, I don't write about it, I don't talk about it, I just don't do anything with it at all. It just doesn't get included in my little blue book here. So I wanted to talk to you about, I am from Cork, and I arrived in Cork, and when I arrived in Cork, the first weekend I was there was Seafest on, and Seafest was along the Docklands in Cork, and it was all about maritime. There was a maritime summit on in the City Hall in Cork, and there were some US senators present, and they were talking about maritime law. They're talking about our oceans, which I was very, very aware when I was in Ireland how aware people are of their environment. People don't use plastic. We don't use plastic grocery bags. If you go grocery shopping, there is a charge for them, but that's been like that in Europe for a long time. Is it the same in Portugal?
Yes, it's an European law actually.
Yeah.
That's why. Yes. But
Yeah.
in here you can pay on Aldi, which is an European supermarket. They charge you like 10 cents or something.
But what I've noticed is plastic. People are very aware
Yes.
of plastic, and especially the younger generation. I mean, I had small kids saying, Rachel, you shouldn't have a plastic bottle. You know, so the oceans are a big, big thing on people's radar on protecting our fish and our maritime and our sea life. But anyway, I'm here to talk about the food and the fish that came out of it, and it was spectacular. I ate fish for 3 solid weeks. Now, I want you to see what I did. Let's keep on this photograph. I want to explain what this is. This was an incredible thing. So I went to Seafest, attended that, went and visited a boat, went on the Gráinne Whale, which is one of our Irish Navy boats, and that was no hardship. I got to meet the crew. That was lovely.
Aww.
Oh, I met some lovely men on that boat. It was lovely.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Is this one you're talking
Yes,
about?
that's where I'm from, Cork, and that's the port of Cork, and that was the Gráinne Whale, which is the ship I went on. I'll tell you what that ship does. They go around to all the lighthouses around Ireland, and they deliver the water, the fresh water supply to the lighthouses. They check all the buoys, or what do they call them over here? The buoys?
Yes, I think so.
We call
yes.
them boys, so not literally men, but the boys out in the ocean. And they are, maritime engineers and everything, so they keep our oceans safe and everything. So I met with these guys, and I learned so much about them. It's called the Irish Lighthouses, and they manage these boats. And you can actually stay in the lighthouses. You can have a lighthouse to yourself for the weekend if you want as well.
You can?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I know. I'm going to get some information on that for people. If you want to go to Ireland and stay in a lighthouse, that would be a wonderful experience.
Yes.
But so there was a thing called the Cork Long Table Dinner. So I bought myself a ticket for €80. I decided to go on it. And that photograph that you have there of the girl with the food, that was the first stop. So we all met outside this little restaurant, and it's called Ali's Kitchen. And this, you can see, I don't know these people, but they had all bought tickets as well. And it was basically a restaurant crawl.
Oh, okay.
And
that's fun.
I was 8 properties over 4 hours, and somebody led it, and we went from property to property, and we went into the English market. What other photos do I have there of maybe? Oh yeah, look, that was when I went into the English market. Look at that.
That looks amazing.
That was beautiful buffalo mozzarella, which is made in Cork. And then all of the ingredients there was crispy cabbage and kale and olive oils and everything.
Is that a tomato?
Yes, it was a tomato. And the tomatoes, and we went to another place, and they had local, so Kinsale is in County Cork, and they make this gin. So it was gin and elderflower tonics, but it was a whole tasting on my county and the restaurants and the products. And that was just one activity I did while I was there, unplanned, because when you go to Ireland, you're going to discover there's just so many things on offer while you're there. So one of the things I thought I'd like to do is, with the flight, this direct flight, and it isn't just Dallas or Texas. I know there are people everywhere watching this show, and I thought I might need to start a little competition and do a little giveaway.
Yes.
So I have been collecting photographs throughout my travels, and I'm sure as people are either heading over or have been over, I want to see some of your photos. I want to see what you've captured when you're in Ireland, and I want to ask people, I want to do a call out and a shout out for a photo competition. And I think we're going to run this through the summer. We'll go through till September. And the reason being is I'm going to start adding little things every week or every few weeks to this little prize box. So let's start. Right. I'm going to start by throwing a few things into this prize box. So what you have to do is submit a photograph. You can post it on Instagram. You can send it to me on Facebook. You can email me, but we'll create a post and I'll do something on this later with what to do and how to submit it. But the hashtag must be Rachel's Real Ireland. So RACHELS REAL Ireland, all one word. Hashtag Rachel's Real Ireland. And the reason being is I can find your photo that way if you want to be entered into this competition.
Right, and you can follow hashtags. It's an easy way.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. So post it on Instagram, post it on Twitter, post it on Facebook, use that hashtag or message it to me because we'll share them. And I'll get some people to judge the photos. I don't want it to just be me because then in case it's somebody I know and all of that. And then we will give out some prizes for the best photos or some unusual ones of how people have captured Ireland, the Ireland they've been to. And you could have gone 6 months ago, I don't care. So the first book I'm going to add to this prize box is the book that Georgina Campbell, who I write for.
Yes.
And I didn't write for this book, but this is The Best Ireland, the best of the best. So it's a guide on all of the places to stay and eat. Okay, this is one of the most comprehensive and one of the better guides out there. So I'm going to throw that into the prize box. My wonderful friend Emen MacDonald in Limerick, who has written this beautiful cookbook, and it's called the Farmette Cookbook. Am I showing this properly?
Yeah, it's absolutely great. We can definitely see the cover. And it had you were showing me this, it had amazing photos of delicious food, right? You just look
she's
at
an
it.
incredible food photographer, but she's worked for people like Rosie O'Donnell and worked on TV production in New York for years, and now she's married to an Irish farmer. This is the kind of imagery she has with stories.
Oh, that's great.
Now, that will go into the prize box as well. We're meeting her in September, so if anybody wants to come with me, there's still some spots left. September 7th to the 15th, come with me for a week in Ireland, Limerick and Cork. We're going to go to Adair Manor, Dromolan Castle, Ballymaloe House, West Cork. We're going to go to Emen's place in Limerick and go foraging for blackberry picking, and go to her farmhouse kitchen for homemade scones, and you'll get a copy of this book. But for the photo competition, I'm going to give this, I'm going to give this. I'm going to start throwing in food products. Look at this one.
Look at that.
Okay, this is a brand I talk about in Ireland, Simply Better, from Dunnes Stores. And I love the story. What they do is, if you can see the map of Ireland on the back of this.
Oh, yes, okay. We can definitely see it. Mm-hmm.
And these are crisps, or as we call them, crisps, chips. You call them potato chips. And they feature a different producer from different parts of the country. And artisans. And this one is, Clorhead is in County Louth. And I went to visit David Delaney, who started a company called Oriel Sea Salt in County Louth. And then these are potatoes from County Antrim, and together they make these crisps. So these are not just some mass-produced product. These are all artisans working together. So we're going to throw this into it. And then we're going to start adding to this pot. So this is just the beginning of your prize pot. So if you want to enter this photo competition, what you must do is hashtag Rachel's Real Ireland, and I will do it in September. So this box should be getting a little bit bigger by September for prizes of things that we're going to give away.
It's going to be a whole room full of amazing goodies.
It's going to be a goodie box, an Irish goodie box. And as I come across them, I will start adding those to the mix, okay? The next thing I wanted to talk about was West Cork. I went to visit West Cork. Oh my gosh, I went kayaking. Look at it.
That looks so beautiful. Do you want to see the photo of you on a boat? There we go.
Oh, right. Okay, let's keep it on this one for a minute. Not because I want you to see my ugly mug. I want you to meet the two gentlemen behind me. And in the back of the photo, you've got this phenomenal chef. And his name is Eddie Atwell. And he is at the Eccles Hotel in Glengariff. Now, the Eccles Hotel in Glengariff was built in 1735. and they are currently, look at it, they're currently restoring it. And I stayed.
Looks so beautiful.
Do you see up above the word Eccles? Do you see that beautiful bay window?
Yes.
All right, that is a suite. You can see the bedrooms on either side, and it's called the W.B. Yeats suite, the William Butler Yeats suite.
Okay.
Because W.B. Yeats used to stay there. He used to write there. To the left of it was my bedroom, and this hotel is currently being restored. So it's in this in-between stage. There are some bedrooms that are done and some that aren't done. So I'm going to give you full disclosure. Still used a lot by locals, people to go there to eat and drink. There's some work to be done there, but as you can see up above, it's 1745. And the view then is out onto Glengariff Bay, and boy, is this a spot. And that's where we went kayaking out there on that bay. And I went with the chef, and the other gentleman's name was Leaf, and he runs a venture kayaking group, and you can see where we were out there. So the hotel overlooks that bay, Glengariff Bay. I'll tell you who had an estate out there. Do you remember Maureen O'Hara, the actress?
Yes.
Yeah, she actually used to live there. That was where her estate was, and they just recently sold it. But we went kayaking around the bay, and as we pulled into the different bays, we went foraging. And he pulled like barnacles from the rocks, and he pulled honeysuckle, wild honeysuckle, and different seaweeds and different things. And then all of the food he gathered went back and he cooked. And
Really?
he served, oh my God, salted caramels infused with seaweeds, and everything was just so scrumptious and delicious. And those are the kind of experiences I want you to know about when you're going to Ireland. Now, I loved it so much that on my trip in September, I'm actually going to add an experience with Eddie. So people who are coming with me in September, if you want to come, we're going to go kayaking with these same guys, and it's the most wonderful activity. Then, you know, all this, of course, the next day, all across my shoulders.
Of course, you can't. You feel it.
Muscles I had never used before.
But you know what I feel like? I've done kayaking. Did you have a little padded support like on the back?
Tiny bit.
A tiny bit?
They were showing me how to, get my knees in under the boat and stay upright. Okay. And we were out there for about 3 or 4 hours. I mean, what I didn't do in Ireland. I hiked mountains. I went fly fishing. The fly fishing was one of my most favourite, I'll be honest with you. I went foraging for seaweed and cooking with it with fish on the beach. So as you can see, I had the most amazing trip, as in I did everything that I tell you guys not to do. I went speed dating with the country. For me, it's okay because I'm doing it for content, to tell you about it, to write about it, to
in name of the content,
help clients, and everything. Truthfully, I had to leave some of these places, and it was killing me because I thought, I don't know how people do this as a real vacation. I could never do it. I was doing it for work. Because like I said, how can I, if I stay in one place for 3 days, how can I talk about everything? I didn't use any of the spas or anything in any of the resorts I was staying in because even though it would have been nice, I felt, Anna, that if I'm laying there, I'm not really finding out what's around the corner, what's down the road.
Right. How
can I tell people to go there if I'm just spent my time, having a massage?
True.
So I really did do my due diligence, and I drove. But one of the things I did, what did I do?
What did you do?
So I drove I drove up to Dublin, obviously, and then I drove up north, and I crossed over the border, and I went into Belfast, which is part of
Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland. It is Northern Ireland, but which is part of the UK.
Oh yeah.
And what did I tell people a couple of weeks ago?
Well, you said do not use. Remember, oh my, this shot is not great. Remember that they use different currency there. That's what you said.
I did. I said use different currencies, and the currency is sterling.
Yep.
And make sure you call your credit card companies before you go. So I even had the money on the show, and I showed you guys what sterling looked like. I was very smart. I had both currencies. I packed my bags, went to Ireland, and left my sterling behind in Dallas.
No, you did not.
I did. I called my credit card and told them I was going to Ireland, and I forgot to tell them I was going to be also in the UK.
Okay.
So when I pulled over the border, I needed to get petrol or gas. There's no petrol. There's no gas over there. It's petrol, which, by the way, you learn in the DFW video. If you watch that one, I talk about that.
All the way in. We're going to put that in the description. Hang on.
So
for people to watch it.
Oh, please do, yeah. So I had to get some gas in my car, so I had no cash, and I put my my Chase debit card in there, and it was declined, and I was what? You know, how? No money, card declined.
Yeah, remind me how you got through this.
So, and by the way, don't forget, when you're in Ireland and you put gas in your car, you put the gas in first and then you go inside to pay.
Right. Oh, so you already had the gas in your car. Ooh.
Yes.
Did you end up washing cars?
You're so funny. Because I almost did. I thought I was going to have to wash the dishes or something, because at least over here, you know, you have to pay first and then they'll release the amount and you put the gas in your car. So here I am. I put the gas in and, you know, it's probably about 60 or 70 euro I put in, which is, you know, a lot of cash. It's about $80 or something because it's expensive, you know. And it's diesel, by the way. So I thought, I'll go in. I thought, I filled the car, went in, got a newspaper, got a coffee, got all the stuff. Still hadn't, you know, realised, Rachel, you've no cash. And then I thought, oh, I've no cash, I've euros. I gave them my card, it was declined, and there's a line behind me, and I thought, oh my good God.
Oh my God.
But thankfully, I had my American Airlines credit card, you know, my, whatever you call it, Citibank MasterCard, my American Airlines one. I gave them that, and that worked. And I thought, why is one worked and not the other? And so what I learned the hard way was, I keep telling you guys, call your card and bring some cash. So I did neither. So, you know, physician heal thyself and all that. But of course, my credit card, my major credit card, I guess it was suffice for them to know that I was overseas. They must have just allowed it.
Yeah, some countries, some banks do not need that. They just say, okay, you're going abroad, that's fine, we know. And probably they assume.
And I think, it's the difference between a bank versus a credit card. So Chase was my bank, so it was my debit cards, I suppose. But anyway, just remember, don't do as I do.
Like Rachel.
do as I say and don't do as I do. I'm sure my kids can absolutely adhere to that as well. They can vouch for that. So that's kind of like my recap on my quick week. And I know it's a very sort of quick and sounds like there isn't much there, but I have a lot of information for you guys. And we're going to work on a lot of content for over a lot of shows. I'm going to work on getting a lot of guests on and showing you video footage. And we'll do live links again with Ireland because people really enjoy that. But more importantly, now it's the 3rd of July. You've got 4th of July tomorrow. So I want to wish everybody a very happy 4th of July and a lovely holiday. But don't forget to enter my photo competition, which is Rachel's Real Ireland. So share on Instagram, Twitter or Facebook using the hashtag Rachel's Real Ireland. That's plural, RACHELS. Real Ireland, and your photo could be chosen in September. We may have to, I'm sure there's going to be more than one photo. We may have to.
I bet there will be strong contenders.
I think so. I might have to give away a couple of goodies, you know, but I'm going to start building your goodie basin.
Yeah.
Also, I found lots of product while I was in Ireland, and I've also started planning, and I've got working on the dates. We're going to have a big Irish pop-up Christmas shop in Dallas.
Ooh. Sounds exciting.
Lots of product coming over from Ireland, and there will be a shopping day in Dallas in November. So we'll have all those dates. So lots in the works right now.
Oh, that's exciting.
But don't forget, if you want to go to Ireland and if you want my help, let me know. You can go to rachelgaffneys.com or email me or contact me, and I'll be happy to help you or point you in the right direction if I'm not the person for you. But until next week, I just want to say thank you very, very much. Have a lovely and safe 4th of July, more importantly. And see you next week. Thanks, you all. Bye.